Yo, what's up with it once again, ladies and gentlemen, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls, and of course, people of humanity, and of course, otakus, Nikki, Kamoris out there. This is Mr. Nintendo Sold for 2011 AK Anywhere Arena. Of course, as always, you guys know the wrestling intros and outros towards this channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and all the other good stuff. My God, I got a whole bunch of little bits and pieces of Nintendo news here today. One of them, I think it may or may not be an off-season April Fool's joke, because that was about 3 days ago when April Fool's was still a thing at the time. So luckily, this may or may not be real news. These two, I guarantee you, these are 100% gotta be real news. And then this one at the end has nothing to do with Nintendo news. It's pretty much stuff about Borderlands again. So if you're only here for the Nintendo news, you can probably watch the first 7 minutes of this video. And if you want to hear about my thoughts, views, and opinions on Borderlands 3, if it's going to have free crossplay over here on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, then you can stick with me after 7 minutes. So, or you can just skip the first 7 minutes of this video if you're not into the Nintendo news. But without further ado, let's begin. This one comes from Worth It. I think that's how you say it. It says Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels is coming to Nintendo Switch Online. The NES games are coming to the Nintendo Switch Online services this month, including a Japan-exclusive story in the Mushroom Kingdom. Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream, StarSolid, I think that's how you say it, no, StarSoldier, will be available to play on the Nintendo Switch system on April 10th. Originally released in Japan as Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels has previously made brief cameo appearances in the Western Hemisphere. Mario fans will appreciate the familiar look and feel of the game, while finding that its updated gameplay creates an entirely new challenge. The photo comes from Business Wire. And I'm only going to read this part right here, and then the rest you can read on the bottom part in your own when they say, oh, let us read in the comments below. So, there's that. Let's move on. Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Originally released in Japan as Super Mario Bros. 2. I already read that part. Mario fans will appreciate the familiar look and feel of the game, finding that its updated gameplay creates an entirely new challenge. In addition to the classic enemies already known to fans worldwide, there are also poisonous mushrooms, backwards warp zones, and the occasional wind gust, which can help or hinder your process. And just going off track a little bit, I remember back in the Lost Levels, even in the arcade days, I know they came out in the 80s, but when I was a 90s kid, I was still able to play that, because in the 1980s and 90s, my God, arcade games were still a real big thing in this country. I think it was, between 2004, maybe 05? I could be wrong on that. So in arcade game places started dying out completely after that. So it was a sad day, but sadly it happened eventually. And unfortunately for consoles, in the next less than 3 to 5 years, it's probably going to happen to them. I mean, look at Google trying to make their own thing called Google Stadia. That might end up destroying or wiping out physical video game console-based systems. So that's a very scary thought to have, but it might be, as sad as that is, and I gotta bite the bullet for saying this, but it might be a sad fucking case of it happening into a really fucked up reality. Just saying. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So, not trying to sound doom and gloom like that other dudes like, I don't know, Quartering, people that I listen to like Spawn Gaming, Dreamcast Guy, Review Tech USA. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream. A young boxer, Little Mac, players have a once-in-a-lifetime chance to battle the big guys in the World Video Boxing Association circuit. Take them out one by one, starting with a skinny Glass Joe. Battle up through King Hippo, and all the way to the WVBA champion himself. Players can use their best jabs, hooks, and power uppercuts to knock out opponents, but must also dodge jaw-breaking blows by paying attention to the subtle changes in their foes' body positions. And then the third one, I've never heard about this one ever. I think this was a Japanese exclusive, unless it came to the US. I was just way too little to remember. Because it was like, I don't know, 1990, 1991. I was like 1 or 2 years old. I had no idea what the hell was going on. So, this is the first time I ever hear this. So it says StarSoldier. The standard for vertically scrolling shooters, StarSoldier is, excuse me, throat was getting dry there for a minute, is the original game that spawned all of the titles in the long-running Soldier series. Go inside of a floating space station inhabited by a giant computer known as Starbrain. Your mission is to stop Starbrain's galactic invasion by piloting Caesar, a new compact space fighter, through 16 deadly stages. So there's that. Overall thoughts, views, and opinions. It's really cool to even see even more extra fucking old school indie games starting to go on the Nintendo Switch. Not indie games, old school arcade games that were from official AAA developers back in the late 80s and 90s. They're starting to resurge themselves, which, hey, that brings a more younger generation. They can finally see how these games used to be. Even though you can still play them on ROM hack sites, it's just not the same when you play it on a console. It's a whole different experience. This one, I'm not going to try to get too political with certain things on topics on this, because that's not what my channel's about. I'm surprised Israel even, because they're next to, Iraq and Iran, and, way back in the old school days. I'm not going to talk about it because YouTube can fucking block my video when I say something about this, because it has trigger words. I know the algorithm picks up certain words that it doesn't want me to say, but I will say this. The whole thing with, going to war with Iraq and Afghanistan and then Israel being involved with all this, it's not good. Really, really bad. I'm surprised they even have time to play video games out there when they're, unfortunately, they're getting, sadly, they're getting bombed out there. It sucks. But let's get into that. I'm not here to talk about that. This is gaming related still. Nintendo is opening in Israel soon. Good news for fans living in Israel. After many years, Nintendo is about to set up an official presence in Israel. The official Nintendo Israel website has been set up for the information. Visitors for Nintendo will soon spread its wings to Israel. That's like the fourth time I say that. With an official presence, customers can expect the purchase of Nintendo products, receiving after-sales supports, and much more. They are also looking for Nintendo ambassadors at this time. Here's the message from the website. So this is exactly from here. It might have been from the other one too, who knows? From the Nintendo America. Nintendo is coming to Israel and they're finally invited to join the family. It's finally happening. Nintendo is coming to Israel with an official imports of the gaming line and finally launching a console that's swiping away the world. Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Nintendo Switch allows you to play your favorite games anywhere with anyone. Play it on TV mode with a big screen and then play anywhere with the tablet mode. We want to make you smile, and that's official. With the official imports, you can enjoy local customer support, receiving the latest news about social medias, discover and buy through our sites, and join the most joyful community there is. We have a lot to tell. Want to become Nintendo ambassador? To know what is happening and when is all happening? To receive details about the launch, sign the form and we'll take care of the rest. This is crazy as heck to believe that Nintendo's actually coming to Israel. I thought they were already in Israel, unless they had like bootleg versions of their games. I don't know. And it just kind of boggles me to know that they've never had any Nintendo games over there. Wow. I thought they had it the whole time. Oh, that sucks. But then again, like, when you're in the Middle East and like the third world countries out there, like places like Africa, India, parts of the Middle East, like Sudan, Saudi Arabia, all these other areas are super, super poor. Half of the fucking buildings are falling apart and shit. I didn't even think they knew anything about video games, to be honest. Except for this one dude I remember. I'm not going to go too off topic, but it was one of Crystal Fisher's friends. This dude that does a lot of Spyro Crash Bandicoot news. I remember, I forgot what his fucking name was, but he used to do a lot of fucking, like, PlayStation 1, PS2 speedruns. I forgot what the dude's name was. I remember he was Jewish and he was living in Israel, so I don't know. Maybe there's just only a handful of people that have that type of technology to play games out there. I don't know. No offense if anybody's from Israel over there. I'm not trying to, shit on your culture or nothing. I swear to God, I'm not. Because if I was, YouTube will destroy this freaking video in a minute. Anyway, so it says, this one, I thought this was April Fool's here. So this Japanese gaming magazine from 1986 mistakenly depicted Zelda as a woman. I'm not going to read this whole thing, too. I'm just going to read a little bit of it. So I want to get to that borderlands shit, so. And I'm probably not going to be able to do my outro, because this little app thing only allows me to do 15 minutes of fucking video, which sucks. Long before there was Linko. Obviously, everybody knows Linkle is the female version of Link, which I'm glad. So it says, when it comes to the official Legend of Zelda game's promotional materials, the closest we ever got to a female version of Link was Linkle from Hyrule Warriors Legends. When you take a look at the third-party depictions, there's an interesting piece of art popped up. all the way back from 1986. Wow. It's literally before 2 years I was even around. Japanese magazine Shonen Captain features the above artwork from the original Legend of Zelda. This art was created by the magazine staff, and apparently the people in charge believed Link was to be a woman in the game. Oh my god. As a matter of fact, the magazine featured The Legend of Zelda chock full of female Link depictions. Wow, holy shit! Do you know how crazy as fuck this would have been? This would have been official. Imagine. Not to try to get all, bullshit SJW or like female feminist crap, because that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm probably going to talk about that in my next video. It's going to be long as fuck. I mean, nowadays this will probably be a lot more acceptable, because, before 2014 and all this shit, where this women wanted to be all empowerment, third wave bullshit feminism, that it's fucking smoke and mirrors were watching me. It never existed. It still doesn't exist to me. Now, the internet exists. The only time you'll see it in real life is when there's these stupid ass fucking rallies that aren't gonna fucking solve shit. That's how I see it. I mean, nowadays they're probably gonna be begging Link to be a woman. I hope to fucking God, Nintendo, please do not fall for this shit. Please don't. Please do not freaking make Link into a woman. You already did it. Made a side character, which was Linkle, was supposed to be a representation of a female version of a different universe for Link. That should be good enough for them. But of course, nothing's never good enough for these stupid bitches. I'm just saying. Anyways, overall thoughts and opinions. It's funny as hell. This would have been the funniest April Fool's joke I would have seen, man. Thank God it wasn't real. And I don't know, I guess Nintendo Japan screwed up back then. But then again, this is around before internet was literally barely even in existence at that time. So, yeah, let's keep going. This one, I'm only going to touch base on it with a little bit because it's a super long-ass article. So this one says, I'm just going to read on top here, will Borderlands 3 have cross-play on the PS4 and Xbox One and PC? So it says, cross-play compatibility is a big topic for gamers in mind these days. And with Borderlands 3 set to release later in this year, many have been wondering, will Borderlands 3 have cross-play? We've got the answer that you've been waiting for. I'm not sure who the author is. Got to credit's due. Same with the other 3 people as well. Now that Borderlands fans know what they can expect, they can cause mayhem in Borderlands 3, many have been asking the toughest questions, trying to sort out whether they will be able to play with other friends across platforms. If you're new to the idea of crossplay, then let me break it down to you. Essentially, crossplay allows you to purchase and launch video games onto your PC. Then you can correct it with your friends who have the game on PS4, Xbox One, and team up with them without having the same platform. Will Borderlands 3 have crossplay? Crossplay is a really nice, nifty feature that has been making waves for a number of years. Really? I thought it was only 2017 this shit started, not before that. Like less than 3 years. It has been getting even more inclusive in the latest releases with the games like Fortnite, helping to pave the way for better cross-play support. We've actually had a chance to talk to Epic about the company's cross-play system and immediately, so make sure you check them out in the video below. It just goes on further and further to say whatever they're going to say. They say that they're going to believe it, that there's going to be cross-play or not. In this day and age, where a lot of more PC gamers are a lot more prevalent now than they ever were years ago. I mean, back in the 2000s, 2010s, they were around too, but they weren't as big as they are now. Nowadays, they're all over the fucking place. And I didn't even get into PC gaming until like literally about 2009. And I only played a lot of indie games and a whole bunch of zombie shooter games at that time. I still do play them once in a while, just not as much. I'm a lot more on my console than I am with PC. Unfortunately, another 3 to 5 years from now, I'm going to have to start getting a lot more PC shit. As long as it's not simulator shit. That's the only reason why I never really played a lot of PC games back in the day. Because a lot of them were either simulators or MMORPGs, and I never really cared for too many of those. I think the only one I ever gave a crap about was like League of Legends, and that was it. Other than that, that's all I got to say for now, and I'm out of here. Links to the description box down below to any of the videos that I showed you, or not showed you, but showed you the clip of them. And links to all the articles that I read in this video is in the description box down below, and I'm out of here. And that's it. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls. And as always, I'll talk in the Geek Mornings. I'll see you when I see you guys today, every night, wherever you're at on the universe out there. Stay tuned for more future content on the channel, including article session reviews of video game industry news, anime manga news, internet news, and that wraps up the video. Peace out, my sauerkraut. Lance and goodbye. I'll see you on the flip side. Take it easy. I'm gone. See you guys soon.